Hello everybody. In the last class we have tried to understand what are the analysis tools that we can adopt to analyze our product line. So we try to understand how we can perform product line analysis. Now this product line analysis, as I have quoted in the last class at the end, that leads to two decisional areas, that is product line length and product mix pricing. Considering our syllabus, product mix pricing is uh, we are omitting that based on our syllabus pattern. Uh, this class we will look into the first aspect of uh, these additional areas based on the information received from product line analysis. Now, this class we will look into product line length. Now, what we are doing here with regard to product line length is that we are trying to make sure that we maintain an optimum level of products, optimum number of products within our product line. Now, suppose we have 4 product lines. In each product line, we should have such kind of products which are contributing to the highest to the overall revenue of the organization. Now, how do we make sure that we have gone through in analyzing, and based on that information, we will now look into what are the decisions, additional areas what we can take up. Now, these decisions, even we have the information from the analysis, these decisions are based on these decisions are based on what company objectives are. So we have an information, but that information leads to a particular decision based on the company objectives. That means to say that company objectives have an influence on the product line length. What should be the length of each product line depends on what objective company has. Now, there might be different objectives with regard to product line length. One objective might be to have a product line which induces upselling, means the products in the product line are introduced into the market in such a manner that each product helps sale of the other product. Right? That might be one objective. So depending, if any product within the product line is not supporting this objective, most probably company may think of not introducing it, or if it is already there, think of removing it. Then this is can be done from lower end product to higher end product, or a higher end product is sold along with another lower end product. So like you can think of one product, you are buying a product X, and while you are buying a product X, a new product is introduced, that customer is induced to buy this new product, leaving the old product, new product Y. Now things like normally what happens this with these your mobile phones, what they try to do, they regularly release higher end products in a particular product line, just like how Redmi has been doing it. Released Redmi 4, later on Redmi 5, later on Redmi 6, later on Redmi 7, they have Redmi 8 now. What these are higher end products, and they keep on introducing these higher end products. In the same manner, Apple at the luxury end is also doing that. And if you see when Apple 5 iPhone 5 was released, it was somewhere around 40,000. Now Apple iPhone XS costs around 1 lakh rupees. So you can imagine how people have been buying these new products, and they are leaving out the old products. So they introduce new products in such a manner that within the same product line, they introduce new products in such a manner that the customers buy the new latest upgraded product. So upselling happens. So one objective of a product line is to make sure that customers keep on buying new products. Then the other objective is that they may induce customers to go for cross selling. Things like you have a product line in such a manner that there is cross selling happens. uh, Imagine you are selling masalas. You have pocket masalas. You may think of cross selling masalas, one masala with another masala. Like garam masala you are selling with a 5 gram packet, and you are trying to make customer to sell along with that another masala like dhania masala or the other spice masala. So that so, cross selling is done by selling one spice along with another spice. Might be people who use multiple spices in their single dishes. Uh, they may think of buying such multiple products. So within the masala product line, you may induce people to buy one product along with another product. Normally, you might see that in Amazon, you might have come across if you are buying one product, then while checkout is being done or while purchasing process in between, you come across this aspect. Those who bought this product also bought, and there will be a list of products which can be brought. So cross selling is also one objective of introducing multiple products in the product line. Then another objective a company might have to keep its length optimized is to make sure that economic ups and downs are being protected. So they try to protect economic ups and downs in such a manner that take an example, a seasonal product. So if you're selling a product in a summer season like juices, you may think of selling some other kind of products during winter, or some other kind of products in what do you say, rainy season. So what happens here is that all along the year you keep on selling one or the other product. So your product line is such a manner that one product sells at one time, another product sells at another time. So or it might be even during situations might arise like economic ups and downs in the form of recession or boom periods will be there. So you might have products in such a manner that there might be few products which might be sold or which might have good demand during boom period, and there might be few products you might have within your product line which have good demand during the recession period. So to balance economic ups and downs, you might have a proper kind of product being put in a product line. So product line length gets optimized in such a way that your objectives are met, or you can put it in such a manner that you set objectives what to do with your product line and then try to work on your product line. What should be done? Information taken from product line analysis. Then uh, the other aspect. Well, uh, another few issues with regard to product line length optimization means what should be the optimal number of products that you should have in a product line is that what normally is being seen that uh, if you are looking for a high market share or high market growth rate, then you normally need to carry long product lines. Means you should have a number of, means more number of product, a broader product line should be there in case if you want to have market share. means you are basically focusing on sales. So you keep on introducing new products to make sure that your sales are intact, you are maintaining your higher sales rate, and your market share remains in a higher pace, at a higher level. So you are showing market growth by releasing new and new products. So when you keep on releasing new and new products, what happens that your market share will be higher because of the higher sales. So you will have, if you want to have higher market share, go for more products in a product line. Then another aspect with regard to objective, with regard to company objective, is if you are looking for profitability, not share, not market share or not sales, but you are looking for higher profitability, then you should keep your product lines very short, and only those products which are of high demand in the market. You have to remove all other products in the product line. Only few products which are highly demandable or which can be sold at a higher profit margin, those products you have to keep. All other products become irrelevant because see, if you are focusing on sales, you might not look for profits. If you are looking for profits, you might have to forego your sales. So any product which only focuses on sale, you have to leave that, remove that from the product line, and make sure your product line carries only those products which are have high profitability. So carefully chosen products with, should be kept in a product line. So by that, normally what happens that your product line will be a shorter product line if you are looking for. Now, while normally operating your uh, product line, while normally keeping on increasing your product line, what happens that you come across situations that your what you say production capacity becomes too excessive. You have a lot number of products being kept idle, and your distribution results into a stock piling up. So you start looking into your products available in the product line. So what you do is you start removing those products and trying to readjust them, optimize them, so that total product line comes out with a good optimized contribution, profit contribution. But once you find that you have removed unnecessary products, again market gets in such a pattern that you start to release new products because of technological changes, because of customer preferences, because of competitor activities. The products what you have removed, you have to bring in new products within the product line. So what happens that a product line which has got lengthier, uh, over a period of time becomes shorter, and again, depending on the market, it again becomes lengthier by introduction of new product, and this again it keeps on. So this is cycle of lengthening the product line, and pruning the product line, cutting short the product line. It keeps on happening, depending on the market activities. Now, what how you make sure that you introduce good type of products or a right products within the product line, so that your product line has an optimized length, is by looking into two ways of introducing new products. One is line stretching, the other is line filling. We'll look into each one of. Now, first, line stretching is about lengthening your product range beyond the current products. So you have around four products addressing to four market segments, and you find another product within that market segment, uh, within your market segment. Then you start introducing a new product. So you have to introduce, you keep on introducing, or you keep on stretching your product line in such a manner that your total market segment gets filled up. So market line stretching or line filling is almost similar, but there are quite different looks, different views are there. So you stretch the product line beyond your product range, current product range. Now this you can do in three ways: one, down market stretch, up market stretch, and both ways. This Now, first, down market stretching. What happens in down market stretching is that you launch a lower end product. Suppose if you have a product which you are selling it at 100 rupees, and you find a chance that you can release a 30 rupees product. So what happens that the type of customers who will be buying 100 rupees product are quite different, and type of customers who are buying your new product for 30 rupees will be quite different. So you launch a new product for 30 rupees. So you have done a down market stretching. So you have a 100 rupees product in your product line. Now you introduced a lower end product at 30 rupees. So you have stretched, but in a down market level. So this is down market stretching. Now this companies normally do because they may see strong growth opportunities at the lower end of the market. So they might uh, and they may see that some lower end competitors might have created a product. For example, continuing the same examples of, as I've told, that you have a 100 rupees product. Now suppose if your competitor is there who sells at 40 rupees, so your product will be quite different compared to your competitors. You are selling at 100 rupees, so customers are quite different. You are selling it at a higher, means upper market level, and your competitor is selling at 40 rupees. So there is no competition at all. You cannot literally call that other seller as your competitor. But when that 40 rupees competitor tries to introduce a 95 rupees product, what is happening is that that other company, other seller is trying to compete with you in the market at the upper end. So what you try to do is you launch a 30 rupees product. So what will happen? You are you are giving a competition at the field where your competitor is good at. So what happens that your competitor forgets about managing at 95 rupees. Your competitor gets back to his low actual field and tries to maintain his actual field, because you have entered into the lower end market. So the competitor will think that this entry might hamper his market or may damage his market. So he stops focusing and he stops get back. He gets back into his actual market. So that results, that might be a reason wherein you might to make sure that your current market can be maintained by introducing a new product it at a lower end market. And if you are successful in beating your competitor at the lower end market, what happens that you have captured both markets, upper market as well as the lower end market. So that might be another reason for launching a down market product. Then another third reason is that your actual market might have been stagnating or declining. Means your product for 100 rupees might not be doing very well. So you thought of reducing the price of the market to around 40 rupees or 50 rupees and trying to reduce its features according to the price, and try to manufacture according to the price level, and try to keep the cost according to the price level you want to put it into the market. So what you do is you try to release a lower end market and try to jump into a another market. So you are shifting the market by releasing a lower end market in case your current market is not doing good. So there might be these reasons, like either you are see good growth opportunities at the lower end market, or if your competitor is started giving you or trying to tie you up at the higher end market, you are then you in turn get into the lower end, try to tie him up at the lower end markets, so that he leaves, and so that you focus on your current market level. And another reason might be to make sure that you are trying to enter into a market, uh, means you are trying to uh, make sure that your current market declining signals or stagnating signals might be balanced with the new market. But going down the market line means while doing down market stretching, there might be branding issues that might arise. So there are three options a marketer might come across in doing a down market stretch with regard to brand name. A marketer might use the parent brand name in all its offering, just like what Sony does. Whatever product it releases, it uses Sony. Lately, it has experimented with sub brand names like Bravio and Vio brands, sub brands have been used. Um, but Sony as a whole is a single brand being used for all its products, might be upper class products or super rich products, or even at the lower end products. You can think of the music systems. You can have a Sony music system at around 1 lakh rupees, or you can have a Sony music system at around just 10,000 rupees. So name is the same, right? So it can use, one option is it can have its own mother parent brand name. Then it can come out with a sub brand name while releasing a lower end market. You can take the example of Nissan Micra. Nissan Micra has a price of around 7 lakh rupees. What it did is it released a Nissan Micra Active with a lesser price and tried to enter into a little bit lower end of the small car market, and it has released only petrol version. So Nissan Micra has released a lower version, Nissan Micra Active, with the, means Active is the sub brand name here. Then another aspect is they can directly use a totally different brand names like Surf Excel for upper market and Wheel for lower market. Both are from Hindustan Unilever. But while coming out with a different brand name, there one aspect might come into picture, that company has to invest heavily in building this new brand. Means Hindustan Unilever has had to undergo a lot of money in building Wheel brand, and that branding has to be done from the scratch. So but you have to do, or you have to take out, in case if you feel that your parent brand name is will get damaged if it is used at the lower market. So if this is the case, it is better come out with a new brand name. But when you do that, you have to be ready with huge investment, right? Right. The other aspect with the down market stretching is the kind of risks that a company might face, marketer might face, is that of cannibalization. One aspect that you can take an example of Britannia 50/50. When Britannia released Britannia 50/50, it captured the market like anything. Looking at its success rate, Britannia came out with its variant, Britannia 50/50 Massachusetts, appeared for a couple of months. I think for a couple of years they stopped Chaska, and now once market became stable, it started. We can see both Britannia 50/50 as well as Britannia Chaska in the market. But initially, when Chaska came out, that what happened that customers stopped buying Britannia 50/50. Even the loyal customers, Britannia 50/50, they stopped buying. They started buying Chaska. So that's how it impacted. Or your own brand kills your own another brand. So that is cannibalization of your product line. So that is very damaging to your product line. So as soon as you see such kind of thing, it is better that you stop that new product and try to reinvent or realign your products in such a manner that profitability gets remained. Then the other aspect, other risk associated with down market strategy is the quality image. There might be risk that customers might feel your quality has gone down. That is why you have released a lower priced or low. You can on a rough basis, people might say that it's a cheap product. So your product has your brand has gone down. And it does not have value. All such kind of perceptions get into the market, and customers might have a problem with quality image at the higher brand. So they might think of not buying higher higher level product, and to save the price, to save money, they may go for only lower end product. So quality image what you carry might also get damaged with down market stretching. These two risks are to be carefully handled. Only thing is that can be handled with clearly compartmentalizing or creating a distinction between the two products. When that gets clear within the market, customers will be very comfortable in buying both the products. Then the other kind of line stretching is up market stretching. It is simply like you were selling 40 rupees product, and you come out with a high quality, high priced product for upper level market, and you release it at 100 rupees. So what you're doing, you are shifting from middle market to rich market level. So something like what Maruti has its image. Current Actually, Maruti is a kind of economy class cars. It has an image in the market that it is selling economy product, economic class products. Luxury class products are Mercedes or Skoda or Volkswagen, and higher top end models of Nissan, top end models of Honda. They all have since long they all have luxury products apart from mid market segment. But Maruti in the market has a stern image of being a value provider. So what it did is that to reach to the luxury market, it released Maruti Ciaz. So Maruti Ciaz is an upmarket stretching. It has all these You can say like Desire is a car which caters to mid market. Swift is a car which caters to the lower end market, or you can have Alto, lower end market. For a luxury segment, it did not had a brand. So Ciaz fills up that gap of luxury markets for Maruti. So what it did, that it it stretched itself in the up market level with release of the Ciaz. Why it did why upmarket stretching can be done is to achieve more growth. So you can have higher margin, more sales, covering more customer segments, and realizing higher levels of margin, and trying to become a full line manufacturer. Then another aspect with regard to upmarket stretching is having the risks here that marketers need to take care of. It normally comes into the picture. That's what uh, people might think, that do Maruti has such a capability to produce such high quality cars like Audi, Mercedes, or Skoda, or Jaguar, or Maybach. So they'll get a question. Even they might be in a question like, is Maruti CS is so competent with? Is Maruti is capable of coming out with such a competent, high quality luxury item with regard to Honda sedan, luxury sedan cars, Hyundai luxury sedan cars, Nissan Sunny cars. So that kind of perceptual doubt might be there within the customers. Another such kind of thing, perceptual doubt that customers may come across, is that do this company has sufficient infrastructure to compete with higher end market. So there are these kind of perceptual risk that lower end company might face when it releases an upper up market. Now the third way of stretching is two-way stretching. A company might think of going for a two-way stretching. Um, Two-way stretching means it might release both upmarket and lower end market products. Things like that's what is trying to Nissan has tried to do. That at the lower end, it tried to release micra active petrol version, and it has micra at the upper lower end market, little bit rich class at the lower end market, and it has Sunny catering to the mid market, and it has luxury sports car at the upper end. And even Torreno also tries to cater to the upper market. It tries to fulfill in both. It released both microactive, that luxury GVR or TVR, some brand name is there, a luxury sports car it released. Both has entered into. It means that it has released, or it has lengthened its product line by stretching both ways, down market as well as up market. You can also take the example of this, what Hindustan Unilever's washing powder segment. It caters to it. It originally had Rin at the mid market. What it did is that it released Surf at the upper end market. and later on it released wheel. So all rural, semi-urban or upper urban market, all three kinds of markets are covered up with the so with RIN at the mid end, it released wheel at the lower end, and Surf Excel at the upper end. So two ways it has tried to introduce new products and try to lengthen its or stretch its product line. Uh, that is about product line stretching. The other way of lengthening the product line is through by filling your product line by identifying where and all there are some gaps. So in case if you have A2, it is something like you have A product, you have B product, you have D product, and there is a gap for C product. So what you do is you introduce product C. So you have a full line of your product range. So A, B, C, D. So your line is filled up completely. So to complete your product line, so you try to fill up the gaps by introducing new products. Why you do that is that you tend to get incremental profits by introducing new and new products where and all gaps are there. Then you are trying to fill in the gap uh, which might be affecting some sales at the dealer levels, or for you also, or dealers might also been complaining that you also should have this product C. Customers are asking for that product, so we are losing that sales. So you introduce, so dealers might complain, you might be losing sales. So because of that pressure, you might think of coming out with the product C. Or even if you have a excess capacity, means your factory is such that it can produce C also. So why not produce C? So that is another reason for filling up the gap. Then another aspect is to get an image that you are a full line company. Means you offer all the products in the segment which are supposed to be offered to the segment, and you are trying to fill up the gap in such a manner that your competitors are not entering into the market. It is something like, suppose if you are selling product A, you are selling product B, and you are selling product D. So you are selling A, B, and D. Competitor might see a gap that there is a scope for releasing product C. So competitor might release product C and enter into your market. So you have provided a way for your competitor to enter and compete with you. So that is to keep out such competitors. What you can do is you by yourself release product C. So what happens that you have for a segment, if that segment is sufficient with these A, B, C, D products, and you are catering with that products, then no competitor will enter into that market. Now, one aspect is that you have to take care that you fill it in such a manner that you don't fall into two traps. One is that you might be overdoing the line filling. If you do that, there might be higher chances of cannibalization and as well as customer confusion. Means it is enough that you sell A, B, C, D, and you have released F also. So what will happen? Customers might get confused what this F is for. So that might have an effect on your overall product line profitability, and that might also result into cannibalization. Then the opposite of this is also might be a risk issue that need to be taken care of, is that if you are not doing, competitors might enter into the market. So if you are not filling up the gap, if you are not completing it, competitors might enter into the market. Then Another aspect that you need to keep in mind is that you have to differentiate product A with product B in such a manner that customers find it that two products are different. And that can be done with a concept called just noticeable difference. Customers will there will be a tendency at a point, there will be a threshold point at which customers see that product A is different from product B. Just like say, see rin and wheel. If customers do not see any difference between rin and wheel, then there won't be any customer distinction in their minds. So they don't mind if they buy rin or if they buy. They only look for price in that case. So if whichever is lesser, they will buy that one only. So that will be a big issue for the marketer. So you need to create a clear distinction to make sure that okay, wheel is very different from rin. Now how it is different, you have to communicate that difference in through your promotions. But what is the level of difference you keep? You should keep it up to a threshold level called just noticeable difference. So if you do that, you can keep on releasing new and new products of the same range, and still customers might have a distinctive image of product 1 to product 2. Right. So there are three issues with regard to product line length or optimizing your product line length. Is that your product line does not always remain as it is. As time passes, time changes, as periods change, environment changes. Customers' preferences might change, technology might change, markets might show different trends. So there might be changes in the market. So what you have to do is, according to the dynamism of the market, you need to update your product line. So your product line needs to be modernized regularly. How you modernize your product line is either by a piecemeal approach, means you release one new product by taking off the old product. Then another new product, means product A, B, C is there. You release A1 and remove A. Then you release B1 and remove B. One after the other you do that. Why you do that is that if you do that, you will get an idea of how customers are reacting, how dealers are reacting, what is their response. Right? If you do it at a stretch, means all three products are removed old, thinking that they have become old, you release A1, B1 and C1 at a time, there might be a shock to the customers, there might be a shock in the market, and they might reject new brands. So that might be risk there. So you to check your customer or market responses, you might approach a piecemeal approach. Even piecemeal approach will help you to maintain your cash flow. It will because launching three new products at a stretch might be hugely expensive for a company. Right? Then another aspect is uh, one risk with regard to piecemeal approach is that competitors might start seeing what you are trying to do. You are trying to bring in new products and removing old items. So they start reacting or responding. So that is one risk you need to keep in mind and trying to modernize your product line. Uh, the other aspect, as I've told, of modernizing is all at once approach. You can do that if you have good amount of money and you are very sure that market will give a positive response by releasing all the products, new variants of all the products at a time. uh, Another issue with regard to modernization is that how you are bringing this modernization into the market. If you are doing it too soon, very early, to release new modern product, then you might be damaging your current products. If you are doing it too late, then competition might easily beat you up. So you should not be too late. Line modernization should not be too late, or it should not be too early. So both are risky things. But in a rapidly changing market, what happens that your product line should be kept modernized continuously. It should be done regularly, very frequently, depending on the. Then another issue with regard to your product line is to make sure that among all the products in a product line, you keep one product as a feature product. So you put one or two products as a feature product that helps recognize all other products. Like Lux of Hindustan Unilever or Unilever brands is a soap segment, and it identifies all other products of the Unilever. Even though it has a, strong brand presence in other soap brands also, but at the initial stages, somewhere 20 years back, to recognize Hindustan Unilever brand soaps, it was Lux, with which all other brand soaps were recognized. So Lux was the feature brand for all other products in the soap brand category for Hindustan Unilever at that time. So what you have to do is you have to put one brand as a flagship brand in the product line, so that it carries or it supports all other products in the product line. By doing that, it might also help boost demand for slower selling products, and that needs to be very carefully done, because if you are choosing a weak selling product into the market as a flagship brand, then that will be a big risk to you as a marketer. So make sure that you put strong sellers as the flagship brands, put that brand as a feature brand in your product line. The finally the last thing what we come across in product line length optimization is about line pruning. Line pruning is about trying to identifying those products in your product line which are actually damaging the profit levels or profit contributions of your total product line, or total sales. So you have to identify such deadwood or your loss making products and try to remove them from your product line. So you need to carry out the sales and cost analysis regularly about your products in the product line to make sure that the products are being taken at the right decision, to keep them or divest them or harvest them or maintain or divest or remove them from your portfolio. So product line pruning is also another a regular activity for product line managers. Um, One final say is that multi-brand companies all over the world try to optimize their brand portfolios by trying to what do you say lengthen their brand by coming out with the more modern updated version and pruning their product line through removing the loss-making products. So product line length keeps on increasing and keeps on decreasing for multi-brand companies. So they try to keep on optimizing it by increasing and decreasing, adding and removing adding and removing products to their product lines. So this is all for the topic. Uh, Stay home, stay safe. Next class we'll go to the last topic for the uh, product element of the marketing mix. Bye bye for the time being.